Welcome to the AnyGames.ie podcast, the home of five-a-side, grassroots and amateur football in Ireland. Our goal is to build a community, connecting people in Ireland through football, discussing the latest news and developments across the country and interviewing the people behind local clubs and organisations, with some Premier League talk in there too. You can catch all our episodes on Spotify and YouTube, get involved in a community on AnyGames.ie and find us on social media through Facebook, Instagram and X. If you like what you hear, follow us, give us a like and get involved in the comments. Now, let's get into this week's episode.
Hello and welcome to episode 22 of the AnyGames.ie podcast with me, Gav.
And me, Dave.
And we've got the football on the background, Dave.
We do.
Currently watching the United Newcastle match, and it was chaos at the end of that first half.
Chaos, but enjoyable chaos from my perspective.
Yeah.
Probably not so much from yours.
No. That up until that Casemiro goal went in, I was fearing the worst. I know Jacob Ramsey got unfairly dismissed for second yellow after he was deemed to have dived, but I don't think it was a dive.
It was questionable.
Yeah, I think it was very harsh. Very harsh on Newcastle.
Anyway, Gav, it's been over a week since we've done this. We took a little break last week. I was away,
So you took a little break.
I took a little break, which meant the podcast had to take a little break.
Who do you think you are, Dave? Getting notions taking breaks now.
I know. But here we are. How's your last week been?
It was grand. Up until today, somebody crashed into me.
Yes, I saw that. Well, you sent me that before we came on here.
Poor car is mangled.
I know.
But everyone's all good.
Everyone's all good.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, good.
John Wood.
Myself, I'm like that. I was away last week, so not much to report.
No. How was the holiday?
It was good. We were just
relaxing.
Just me and the other half away for a few days. No kids.
Oh, you didn't have kids?
No.
Oh, see, I was under the impression you were going as the whole family. Like.
No. The original parent.
The OGs.
The OGs, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Good to get away. Good to get away.
Absolutely. Recharge the batteries. Since the last podcast, we've been out at a game. We covered the Transplant Ireland versus Transplant Wales game out in the AUL.
We did.
For anyone who hasn't seen that, we've got full extended highlights on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and on Spotify.
Yeah, it's extended highlights and interviews, post game, all of that. It's really good interviews, because of the day that was in it, and the fact that it was a memorial game from Stephen Middleton.
Yeah.
On the day, and you were speaking to players from the Ireland team and some of Stephen's family members as well. It's a really good video. If you haven't checked it out, head over there and check it out. It's on YouTube at AnyGames.ie.
Yeah, and we'll be doing more with the Transplant Ireland team in the future as well. So stay tuned for that. Now the game itself, very enjoyable game. It was good atmosphere about the place. Like the Welsh had a couple of travelling fans.
I was just going to say,
they made themselves known, didn't they?
I wanted to give a shout out to the Welsh fans that were there on the day.
They were brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
The noise out of the flag, sideline. It was great. It was great. I think there might be, you'll hear them if you watch the video. You'll hear them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had a lovely presentation before the match where they presented the Stevens' jersey to his family, and Niall Quinn was there and said a few words, which was nice as well.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. It was all in all, it was a nice day for the family and for Stephen's memory, I suppose.
Yeah.
I have to say, I learned a little bit of something about that day about, I didn't really know the transplant team existed, basically, up until we got the opportunity to do that game.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting and a really good day.
Yeah, it was. And a shout out to Kieran as well, Kieran Tiernan, who sat down with us and gave us post and pre-match interviews as well.
Yeah,
and
thanks to Kieran, yeah.
Spoke really well about his own journey in terms of his transplant and his kind of how he came across Transplant Ireland, got involved. For anybody who might receive an organ donation and might be looking to get into football, you can head over to their website and you can pop them off an email if you're looking to get involved, because that's how Kieran got involved.
Yeah. He said he said he was sitting there one day. And I think he saw it pop up on his phone or something like that.
Yeah, he was at the turning on Alexa, I think, in the house.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Just to get the latest news headlines, and he's saying that the transplant team were after winning a game abroad or something like that. And did a quick Google search, came across their website, popped off an email. He was expecting to have to do trials. You know, he was expecting the numbers to be there, but no such thing. You show up,
it's an accepting kind of
thing. Really good environment to get involved in. Like all the lads that we spoke to on the day, everybody involved. Really, like they really did Stephen proud that day, you know. But they were all
definitely
great bunch, every one of them. So
no, it was great. But on top of that as well, more that I learned on top of like the fact that they even existed is that there's actually like basically a World Cup for the transplant teams as well, and like they've been over there and they've played in it themselves, you know. And I didn't know, it was just great. I didn't know any of it existed.
Did really well.
Yeah,
all told. Stephen Middleton, who the game was in memory of, he played in the last one and actually got player of the tournament.
That's right, yeah.
So they did really well. Now they do have an upcoming fixture. They are due to play against Northern Ireland, and that is up in Belfast. And that has been played on the 19th of April, and kickoff is at 2:00. You'll probably get more details across their socials, so do head over there.
Yeah,
just in terms of venues, and
keep an eye on the Any Games socials as well, because we'll be reposting some of that stuff for them as well. You know, so
yeah. If you don't follow them already, go head over there, and you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. And I have it on the good authority that they're going to be putting a lot of stuff up on TikTok over the next couple of weeks as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Great, good to see. Just going back to that day, Gav. Actually, just laughing at our vantage point on the day.
Oh, the crow's nest.
The crow's nest. It was a blockety piece of scaffolding on the sideline,
and the weather didn't help.
The weather didn't help. It was blustery. It was windy. It was rainy. So if you're looking at the video, you might see some of the swaying on the camera, but it was interesting.
There was 3 of us up there at one stage, and I was afraid to put the umbrella up because I was afraid I was going to be taken off it.
Yeah. Like, come on. I was looking at the ground, and all it was on like bits of wood held up with like a couple of blocks. And it's like
very sketchy.
Yeah,
very sketchy. But
look, that's the level of commitment we're willing to go to get our footage for the games. You know, we'll put our life at risk.
Maybe we need to invest in some scaffolding and just set it up ourselves for every game now.
The Any Games cherry picker.
Oh, that has a ring to it.
Doesn't
get a nice green one.
Yeah.
With the Any Games logo.
Get the logo on the side. I mean, we are talking about getting merch.
Yeah. Forget the t-shirts, forget the hats. Go straight for the cherry picker. I like it, Dave. Yeah. I like it. So just looking at some of the senior amateur competitions. So Leinster Senior League, Senior Sunday, they are involved in cup competitions this weekend. So maybe next weekend we'll look at the results of those. And I just want to go back to the LFA squad. So Andy McNulty named his final LFA squad this or the last week or so. So I'm just going to run through some of the names and the clubs that they're associated with. So you've got Jason McGuire from North End United, Conor Casserly from Gorey Rangers, Jack Nichol from Clonmullion FC, Regan Lennon from Lucan United, Jack Funge from Crumlin United, Alan Rhodes, who is captain. He's from North End United. Jordan Buckley from St. Moctus, Gareth Craven from Malahide United, Dean Ivory from Finglas United, Dean Kelly from New Oak FC, Tyler Doherty from St. Moctus, Mamadou Doumbia, I hope I didn't butcher that. He's from Malahide United. Kyle Hayden from Tolka Rovers, Keane McMullen from Montpellier, Conor Dunn from Moctus, Keane O'Brien from Montpellier, Mark Ivey from St. Patrick's CY, Sean O'Matney, King St. Francis, Sam Conway O'Donoghue from Crumlin United, and finally then we've got Evan Whelan, and he's from Kilbarrack. So just looking at that, Dave, I would say he's got a good spread there from a lot of different clubs, geographically, like good spread across Leinster there.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of clubs we'd know from the Leinster Senior League.
Yeah.
Obviously,
especially
the likes of
English United in there for yourself, Gav.
Yeah, we've got Lucan, Moctus, Malahide. Tolka Rovers.
Yeah.
Montpellier as well.
Crumlin.
Like we've
Yeah,
got
a few familiar clubs there.
Yeah, like there's a lot there. Kilbarrack as well. When we spoke to Andy out at the LFA LSL game that time, you got the impression that he was constantly on the road and was getting a lot of games.
Oh yeah, he pretty much said that to us at the time.
Like he loves it. Like he seems to really enjoy that part of the job, and he's kind of determined. Like it would show just by the spread of clubs that
he's putting in the legwork.
He's getting the miles on the clock there.
Yeah,
he's definitely. And I know, like, because he's obviously had a lot of games, not that many, but as many games as you could possibly organise over the last couple of months to get a good look at a lot of players. Like when we were speaking to him, that game in particular was just a chance for him to look at a lot of lads from Dublin, let's say. Then he was doing something similar, I think, down in Wexford.
Yeah. And when we spoke to him at the time, he kind of said he has an idea of his selection, but he's still looking, he's still getting out there and still trying to see people.
Nothing was, like, no positions were nailed down, essentially.
No.
Like you spoke there about things, like Dean Ivory that day was actually playing for the Leinster senior squad. He wasn't even playing for Andy's team.
Yeah, that's right.
But again, it was an opportunity for him to see all the lads. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Congratulations to everybody for that call up as well. Fair play.
Massive congratulations and to the clubs as well.
It's great for the representation.
It's great representation there across the board. So we'll be looking forward to those regionals now that are coming up.
Yeah, they only had a game last night.
Yeah, they were playing against the Defence Forces.
Defence Forces, that's right. Yeah.
So again, he's so far doing a great job. So I'm hoping that, because I know from speaking with him, both on and off air, he's very committed and really passionate about the position. So fingers crossed for everyone involved. They do well in the regionals now.
Yeah. And hopefully we catch up with Andy again soon enough.
Yeah, we might get out to some of them games as well if we can.
Yeah, I think we'd like to if we could.
Absolutely. So we will then. Actually, I just wanted to touch on the RDP Cup.
Yeah.
So the semi-finals were played there last week, and semi-final one saw Dardale beating Valley Park 3-0, and in the second semi-final, Niall Queen's Dublin Celtic took on Grange Woodbine. That one finished 2-2, and it went all the way to penalties, and Dublin Celtic then won on penalties 4-2 in the end. So you've got yourself a final between Darndale and Dublin Celtic. So commiserations to Valley Park and to Woodbine, and looking forward to seeing that final. We'll try to get out to that one as well. Actually,
best of luck to the two teams involved there.
Yeah, that'd be a great game.
Yeah, I'd like to get out to that one actually if we could as well. So keep an eye out on that.
But this is the thing now, Dave. It's getting to that time of the season that we're getting cup finals and everything. So
yeah. So it'd be good for us to get out to these games.
Absolutely.
If people will have us.
Yeah, and if you've enjoyed any of our sort of live coverage across our socials or the follow-up videos that we put up on YouTube and Spotify, let us know. We'd really appreciate it just to know we're heading in the right direction and people are enjoying what we're doing.
Especially give us some feedback as well if something like, if you're watching the videos and you think we could do something better or there's something you like, you want to see more of, let us know.
Yeah, even if it's talking about how bad my barn it was in the wind that day.
I got a very upset voice now.
Yeah, you
Gav.
did. I was like,
don't ever record me from that angle again.
ever. So look, I might need to trip to Turkey. Maybe we can cover the game while we're over there as well, Dave.
I don't know if we're going to Turkey anytime soon, Gav.
Oh, well, that's the other thing, yeah.
It's turbulent.
Turbulent indeed. We won't get into politics on this, Dave, unless it's football related. So we'll move on then to In the News.
In the news.
And I'm going to start with Tottenham, Dave.
Please do.
Because the last time we recorded our standard weekly episode, Thomas Frank was still manager of Tottenham, wasn't he?
I think he might have been, yeah.
Was he? I'm nearly sure he was, because it feels like it's the first time we're talking about it.
For the sake of this episode, Thomas Frank was still manager of Tottenham the last time we recorded a me and you episode of this, if you want to call it that.
And we were discussing off air, looking at the league table, as it stands at the moment, there's a very strong possibility that Tottenham are going to get relegated.
Yeah. They've some heavy fixtures coming up as well, some big fixtures.
I don't think it's even that. I think it's, if you look at the likes of West Ham and you look at Forest, they're still picking up points where Tottenham, on the other hand, look stranded. They look lost.
They haven't won a game in 2026.
Even with the new manager coming in, the interim manager, they didn't even get that bit of a lift or a bit of a bounce.
No. Because they're so bad. They're I don't know what it is, because they've got some good players at the team. You know,
I've seen Jamie O'Hara doing a bit of analysis on it. Not that you can take too much into what he says, but he was looking at the distance covered by Tottenham in comparison to the last couple of teams that they played, and they're way off the mark.
Really?
The players aren't covering the ground, and if the players aren't running for you, they're not going to win games for you. They're not going to get points on the board. If the other teams are outrunning you more often than not, it's because it's because they're not playing for you. It's because they're not putting in the effort. If the effort's not there, you're not going to pick up the points.
But they don't seem to be playing for anybody.
They don't even seem to be playing for themselves.
I don't think anybody seems to be able to get a tune out of them. I don't know whether there's some players there whom we have. I couldn't imagine they do, but some sort of relegation release clause, and they think, well, do you know what? I'll phone it in here. The team will go down. I'll get myself a transfer somewhere over here and be able to pick up higher wages. I don't know what it is.
Like, you looked at them last season, and you looked at United in a similar position, 16th and 17th, and you thought to yourself that was a once-off. They just put it. That's not going to happen again. And they find themselves in probably a worse position than they did at this time last season.
Yeah.
And it's a strange one because they're doing okay in Europe.
Yeah, but they're going to go out.
They will go out, but why can't they translate that form into the Premier League? To a league that they know.
I don't know.
You could talk about their injuries and everything else, but realistically, you're looking at them going, on paper, that's still a solid team.
Yeah,
so they're just not
some really good players at that team. Like some really good players at the squad at Tottenham. As much as it pains me to say it, but I don't know what it is. They just don't look right at all. Now, I don't care. It'd be great.
Well, we were actually saying that as well. Like, for you this season, for Arsenal to win the league and Tottenham to be relegated in the same season, that's better than winning the Low, is it?
No, I think so. Yeah.
On par for you.
Yeah. It'd be a hard choice. If you have, Euro millions. Tottenham relegation, Arsenal league. I don't know.
You'd certainly have to think about it.
But no, bad times at Tottenham, and it's just great to see. I love it.
We'll see how that one unfolds over the next couple of weeks, and we might have to revisit that because that would be a massive shock, I think, for the Premier League.
That would be. I probably would actually even be bigger. I was gonna go back to Leeds when they got relegated after, they were fairly up there under David O'Leary. Yeah. I think that'd be on that par.
Yeah, a lot of their problems came off the back of poor financial movements, and I can't remember if they were deducted points or something at the time, but I think they spent a lot of money, hadn't they, going into, because they qualified for Europe. Yeah. And I remember even that season, I think they got to the quarterfinals, knocked out by Deportivo.
Yeah, they had a good run.
Is that right?
Yeah, they had a good run.
That was like Viduka, Kuhl.
Yeah.
Like serious team back.
Was that same season? They got relegated in the season that they had that Champions League run?
That sounds right, Dave, now that you say that. What year would that have been? Early 2000s? 2001,
yeah, God.
maybe? 3? Around that time.
Well, you just look at the parallels. Tottenham on a decent Champions League run.
Do you know what I always found strange after that? Whatever happened to Dave O'Leary?
Did he have a stint at Villa or something like that?
Villa sounds right, but he never really, like, for somebody who had that kind of experience, taking a team like Leeds.
I don't know if anybody wanted to touch him again after he spent millions and got a team relegated.
No, but that was your man, John Reid, was he? Was he the chairman at the time?
Yeah, but I mean,
it's just bad business. I mean, they were just spending more they were taking in.
Maybe it's down to David O'Leary himself. He didn't want to. He was done. Didn't want to do it. Didn't have the appetite for it. Maybe anymore.
Maybe so. David, if you're listening, you're more than welcome to come on and
tell us what happened.
Tell us what happened. Where did it all go wrong?
Do you want the Tottenham job?
Yeah, nobody wants that at the moment.
No.
I've seen Neil Warnock. Has he gone to? He's gone to Torquay. I think he's at Torquay, and he was being interviewed, and he was like, Yeah, it's. I thought I would have been offered now the Tottenham job or the Forest job, like, because
That's funny.
anybody would do a better job than the people that are in there at the moment. Like,
hilarious.
shooting,
That's hilarious.
shooting shots left,
I
right,
did
centre.
see he's back in the game at 77, something like that.
Yeah.
I think 77.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think he. I don't know what the circumstances were exactly. I think he might have been brought in as an interim, just to patch up.
Is that a bit like Steve Staunton when he was with
Ireland?
Bobby Robson?
Oh yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah, that was strange times. I mean, I remember sitting watching that press conference when him and Bobby Robson got the Irish job.
the I'm the gaffer.
I'm the gaffer.
That one.
Yeah. And that was...
Sorry to any Dundalk people listening about that accent. It's terrible. It's terrible. But
it's not the worst I've heard. But yeah, that was a strange appointment, to say the least.
Yeah.
Now, we said we weren't going to get political on this show unless it was football related.
Yeah.
And probably over the last couple of weeks, one of the most political issues that have hit Irish football, and it's the fixture with Israel.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying everybody's sharing my opinion in that the FAI should stand their ground and say we're not playing that fixture?
I think so, and I think they would have the support of most fans. I know there's a lot of people would say, you know, keep politics out of football and whatever, but when there's a high percentage of people in this country who support the Palestine people,
yeah,
I would say, as opposed to countries and stuff like that, but definitely in solidarity with the people of Palestine.
Yeah,
I think the FAI would have the support of the people in terms of not playing that game.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that with Ireland, the people in charge of the FAI or whatever, I know we're always ragging on the FAI. It's like they don't want to upset FIFA.
Mm.
You know, it's very much like Irish politics, the way they don't want to upset the EU.
Yeah, it's very much the same.
Because we're at their mercy, because they control everything we do. We're part of the EU, and that's how it works. And I think Irish football nearly has that mentality as well when it comes to the FAI.
Yeah.
We're not going to go in there and throw our toys out of the pram. We're not going to make any noise. We're just going to take whatever's thrown at us.
Yeah. You're right. They won't boycott this game, and they will play.
I don't think they have the spine for it.
I do wonder now with the current situation, though. There's a war on at the moment.
Yeah.
Fairly hefty one.
The world is in turmoil as we speak.
It is. Do Israel still play that game? Do Israel still field football teams during things like that?
Yeah, everything's up in the air at the moment, and when things are going on like that in the world, football has to take a back seat. But I think the opportunity to make a statement on the case from an FAI point of view has sort of come up past.
I think it's been gone.
I think if something was to come out now, although people would probably support it, you know, if they were to roll back on it and say, look, we're not playing that game in solidarity of the people of Palestine, or whatever it was. And I think that moment's coming past. Like, if they were to put it out now, people would support them and go, yeah, happy days.
Yeah, but they've missed the boat on it, I think.
They've missed about the opportunities coming down. It was like when Bono got involved.
Fucking Bono.
And it was about 6 months later.
Yeah.
And it was the most politically correct, numb statement that anybody's ever seen. Now, I don't like Bono, and I don't care for his opinion in the first place.
Yeah.
But when you're a man of the people, so to speak, you know, and
it takes
there's a lot of people out there who would be interested in his opinion, especially on something like that.
There is. I don't know who they are, but there is a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. I'm not a Bono fan by any means.
Look, he's just a fucking another virtue signaling fucking clown. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly
come out in comments, like you say, 6 months later when like the dust is settled.
Yeah,
and you're not gonna get thrown under the bus for saying something, you know. Or
but it backfired anyway, because it kind of nearly went viral for all the wrong reasons. Then you know, and it backfired on him. So,
but I suppose we could throw it out to the listeners there. What's your opinion on it? Should Ireland boycott that game, or would you like to have seen? Because it's not a should. They do it now at this stage because, as you said, I think the ship has sailed. But would you like to have seen Ireland boycott that game, or do you think no, push ahead and play it and keep the politics out of football and just play the game?
I'd like to know if people believe that there's a massive disconnect between the culture in Ireland and the people of Ireland and the Football Association of Ireland.
Oh, well, that's just a given.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because clearly they're not reading the room.
No, but they never do.
Like, they represent this country and the people of this country. You know, it's not just you're not just in charge of the football team. You know, like, people are looking at us and, you know, across the world, and to be able to say, look, we're not comfortable with what's going on, and we're gonna make a stand, and they haven't done it. And
you talk about politics and football and everything like that, but I think organisations like the FAI, as much as they are sporting organisations, they are political as well. You know, they are.
Yeah.
Because it crosses borders, it crosses culture, all of that, you know, and there's a certain political face has to be put on it. And show some integrity.
Yeah.
And if you disagree with something, or, you know, or if you feel like you shouldn't play that game, then don't. But don't be a fucking wimp. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, have a bit of a backbone.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say. Right, we'll look at what's going on in the Premier League at the moment.
Or what has gone on tonight.
What's gone on tonight, what's gone on last night. How the league is looking. United have just lost 2-1 to Newcastle.
They never.
They sure have.
You kept a straight face there, Gav, during that.
I know. 90th minute. I turned off the game in the background, so I'm just seeing this coming through on my phone. So Newcastle scored in the 90th minute, which has burst Michael Carrick and United's bubble.
Yeah, that's a bad result.
And mine too. I looking at the fixture list, I felt like if it was going to happen, that's where it was going to happen, because Newcastle have been bang average all season. But when United show up at St James's Park, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
They just play unbelievably, and they did tonight. And in fairness, United didn't turn up. Like, from what I could see from the game, I was saying to you, anytime I look at the screen, Newcastle have the ball, even with 10 men.
Yeah.
Like, that's, United should be able to break down 10 men. That's shocking.
Yeah.
I don't care who you're playing against.
I say it's a bad result.
No, it's a terrible result.
It's
absolutely terrible result.
In the context of the game, with Newcastle down to 10 men and everything, it is
the same thing at Everton.
Yeah.
Same thing at Everton.
Yeah.
Shocking. So, that's after annoying me, Dave. I'm in the height of it now.
Well, you're hiding it well.
I'm not. Vein bursting out the side of my neck here. But you know what? We'll go
backwards a little bit, because we're on Wednesday night here recording, but there was games last night that, Brentford and Bournemouth 0-0. I don't think we need to talk too much.
No.
That was just like that. If ever there was a 0-0, it's probably that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everton 2-0 winners against Burnley.
Yeah, and it's a good result for Everton, because Burnley have they've still been playing well. I know they're down there, but they have been playing well, and they've probably been unlucky in a couple of results. Like, they're not dead and buried yet. They're still there. They're still playing football, which is great to see. Sunderland beating Leeds 1-0.
Yeah, Leeds won't be too happy with that one. Leeds kind of would consider themselves, I wouldn't say favourites going into that game, but they're strong at home.
Yeah, they're always strong at home. And they've taken bigger scalps at Ellen Road as well,
And a win last night probably would have taken them, not to safety, but comfortable. But they're still within touch and distance of that relegation scrap now.
Yeah. I think the only saving grace for United losing this evening is
everybody around you lost, except for Chelsea. Villa lost, Liverpool lost. Liverpool did lose. And shout out to Wolves, who just seem hell-bent on fucking shitting on everybody.
Taking scalps on the way out.
Yeah.
Not going out without a fight.
No. I mean, they're going down, but they're taking everybody with them.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what we were saying against Spurs. Like, everybody around them is still picking up points. Like, I know Wolves and Burnley are way down there. They're not dragging Spurs in.
No.
Of course they're not, but at least they're still playing football. They're still picking up points. Like, Spurs are doing absolutely nothing at the moment.
No.
Like, they've been really poor. Like, they haven't won in how many games? Like, that's 4 defeats on the bounce. I think the last point came against City at home. Like, they're just
they're poor. They're poor.
Yeah.
I think Spurs could go, and I'm not just saying that's not just the Arsenal fan,
No, I'm genuine. I'm on you. Like, I've no feelings about Tottenham one way or the other. But I mean,
I just look at them and they, as you say, they show absolutely nothing at the moment. You know,
they're literally like
they play tomorrow night. They're at home to Palace. I could see Palace getting a result.
Palace are going to get a result there. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee Palace get a result. And
if that happens, it's Tottenham are in the mixer. Like they're as of tonight, right? They've played a game less, but they're a point off 18th.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's scary for Tottenham.
Like we were saying about Tottenham's upcoming fixtures, and you mentioned the Palace game. They've then got to play Liverpool, Forest, Sunderland, Brighton. Like,
I could see them not getting a win out of any of those games.
Yeah, like they're going to struggle to get points there in all of those games. Like Forest are beside them. That's going to be a big up.
And Forest just dug in tonight for a 2-2 with City.
That's what I mean. They're still fighting.
Yeah,
you don't see it from Tottenham.
No, you don't.
They need a win, and they need a win sharpish.
A big one for them would be if they can beat Liverpool.
You
know, a momentum shifter. You know, but I don't see it happening.
No, I'm on the same boat as you there, Dave. Have we covered that? Or we have
Did we do everything Tuesday night? I think we covered Tuesday. Well, we didn't say Wolves and Liverpool. We kind of mentioned Wolves, but Liverpool again. Just
hit and miss. Like I know they've picked up points, Liverpool, but I'm still not impressed by them anytime I look at them, and that's not me being a United fan, you know, hating on Liverpool.
No,
I just don't see, like, it's even the same with City. Like, I know they're in second place, but it's like the best of a bad bunch.
Yeah,
the way I see it, because the Premier League, we've said it so many times, has been poor this season all round. There's been very little consistency from most teams. Like, Aston Villa went on a great run, got themselves all the way up there. I think they were up at second at one stage, and they've just come tumbling down the league.
Yeah,
like if United had a won this evening, you know, if buts and maybes and all that, but you know, they're in danger now at the moment of nearly falling out of Champions League places.
Yeah.
You know, haven't been second and looking comfortable there at one stage.
Is Liverpool you're talking about?
No, Aston Villa.
Oh, sorry, Aston Villa. Yeah.
You know,
yeah, they fell off. They did fall off.
But as I said, like even looking at Liverpool's games, like I know they beat West Ham 5-2, but I was looking at that game and I think 3 of them were set pieces, a couple of scrappy goals. Like there was nothing in that game that I thought, oh, Liverpool are going to get a bit of momentum here. That's like, just you don't look at a performance from Liverpool and go, oh, they're back.
No, that's just Liverpool's season. They've been up, they've been down.
It's been most teams.
But you're right. Yeah,
you know, with every team probably bar Arsenal. You know, I think.
But even we've been a bit like, I'm just looking at the league table there. We've drawn 7, lost 3. We've won 20, but it doesn't really scream consistency. You know.
Yeah, but it's definitely up there. Like you warrant being where you are in the league.
Well, yeah,
and not just because the rest of the league has been crap. Like no, but most seasons where you're at the moment is sort of decent enough. Do you know what I mean? It's going to get you in the mix.
It's a bit of a cliche, but they always say the league table never lies.
Yeah,
and it doesn't because the most consistent team will always sit top.
Yeah, well, like if we go back to Liverpool, like before that they beat Forest 1-0, they beat Sunderland 1-0, and before that they had lost 2-1 to City, which was obviously a dramatic finish.
Yeah,
but again, like I'm not seeing enough from them to think, as a United fan, I have to look over my shoulder and go, "Oh, Liverpool are coming for us." You know what I mean? We'd be doing well to hang on here.
Yeah, and if anything, I'd be looking at Chelsea.
If United had won this evening, I would have been looking upwards only. Do you know?
Well, yeah, like if you win tonight, City are not a million miles away from you, you know.
Yeah, because like as good as that win was for Chelsea this evening, they beat Villa 4-1. Didn't see the game, but they can be very hit and miss as well.
They can, but
like they could have an absolute flying performance one week and again just rock up the next week and just not show up.
Yeah. There's Chelsea are a funny club at the moment, because I watch them and they look good, but then, as you say, the consistency is not there again.
Yeah, like obviously they lost to Arsenal last weekend, but like a 1-1 with Burnley, a 2-2 with Leeds. Like I know I can't really say that because you drew both of them teams as well, Leeds and Burnley.
Yeah, but
back to back. Like we've been, it's the quality in the Premier League's just been terrible. It's mad to think like how poor we were under Ramaram and a couple of decent results under Carrick, and we've shot up the table. Like that speaks volumes to how bad.
Yeah,
the Premier League's been.
At one point, you're down. At one point, you're right down there, probably around 15th, 16th. Yeah, until Carrick. You weren't down that far.
We were. I think we were probably
hovering around mid-table. Let's say.
Yeah. Like we were in the top half of the table, I think, when Carrick took over.
Right.
But it was those draws that I was speaking about, the Leeds, the Burnley. I think we had 2 or 3 draws on the bounce. Wolves was the other one. So we literally lost against 3 of the bottom 4. Not lost, but drew against them.
Yeah.
It just didn't look great at all, and it just, obviously then Amaron came out and was throwing his toys out of pram, and that's where he got sacked. But
I still wouldn't be surprised if that was a deliberate attempt to get sacked.
Yeah, probably so. But again, it just goes back to how poor the league's been overall, and a lot of those teams just haven't found any form, any consistency. So
no,
I'm hoping this isn't the new trend, and we start seeing this going into next season as well. I hope everybody regroups, goes off, enjoys the World Cup, comes back refreshed, and we can kind of get back to the Premier League we're used to,
Yeah.
It's just been a bit disappointing this year. But look, if you come away with a Champions League spot this year, I'll be more than happy.
If we come away with a Premier League title, I'm not going to complain. And no one's going to remember the quality of the league. They'll just look back and say who won it, who qualified for what, who done what.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were looking at this evening's matches, and
I suppose the other big one there is City and Forest, isn't it?
City and Forest, yeah.
2-2 at Man City.
Desmond 2-2, and
it's at the Etihad.
Yeah, again, like Forest are fighting, and this is why I'm saying I'd be worried for Tottenham. And City are hit and miss. Semenyo on the score sheet again, like he seems to be the kind of standout at the moment. Rodri's way off it. Like, consider he won the Ballon d'Or. What was that, 2 seasons ago now?
Do you think the injuries are catching up with Rodri a little bit?
I think so, but something's just not right within City. You could say the same thing with Liverpool. You just can't put your finger on it.
Yeah,
like it's different with United. United have been poor for a long time.
Yeah,
you're talking about City and Liverpool have been the top 2
for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
maybe.
You know what I mean? They've been shared in Premier Leagues over the last number of years, and most teams would rock up to Anfield or at the Etihad and park the bus. I don't
think that's just down to this season, though. I think City were starting to show signs of that last year as well.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And obviously they've gone out and they've bought a lot. Like, you look at the team now, it's nothing like what they had when they last won it.
2 years ago, 2 seasons ago.
So Liverpool won it last year, and then the season before was that the treble winning season? The season before,
maybe.
So obviously they've still got some names there, but they've swapped out. Like, Donnarumma's been doing fantastic there, but he's not Edison. Edison gives you something different. Like
I think Donnarumma is more your kind of
he's top
old skill goalkeeper.
He's a top quality shot stopper.
Yeah, he doesn't offer what I think what Pep would be looking for.
Yeah, like
in terms of the ball playing goalkeeper, if you want to call it that.
Like he had more assists than half of the players at City in one season. Like, he was getting 5 assists a season and all, and
because
he could pick a pass. Like, he was comfortable on the ball. Like, he was.
I mean, you have Haaland running onto a ball like that.
Yeah, Rodri's not the player he was. Bernardo Silva, I think he's been asked to do too much in that team.
Do you think it's just a case now City are in a transition?
It feels like it. It felt like it last season, but it feels even more so now, because you look at who's starting in front of me. You've got, like, in the sort of spoiling the team. Like you've got Mark Gay, who's just come in. Now he's been, I think he's been doing really well since he came in. I think he's great acquisition for them. Semenyo, you've got Cherokee, who seems to be pulling the strings there, and Reinders are sort of dipping in the now.
Yeah.
Nico O'Reilly, who seems to be finding his way into that team. Like Phil Foden's not really playing, so maybe you're right. Maybe it is a case that it's a transition now for them. The interesting thing will be if Pep sticks around for the transition. If he sticks around for these charges, that will eventually come their way.
I was just about to ask you that. A team in transition who are potentially facing, even if they face half of the charges they're up against, that's not good for a team who are trying to transition.
No, and I was looking at it. They had it on the fan debate last week, I think it was, and they were talking about. They had the I can't remember your man's name, but he's kind of like the expert on these things, and he was saying they can't really find them because like that's not going to do anything. They've seen when that the fine came down on them before. Like that's
fine is nothing.
Pocket change to them.
Yeah.
So the likelihood is that they'll get the points deduction, and if you did a sort of pro rata for what the likes of Everton and stuff got, you could be looking at around 60-point deduction, which puts them, because they can't actually relegate them. They can't actually
kick them out of the league.
They can't kick them down, because the EFL and the Premier League are two separate entities, so to speak. So you can't push a problem down to another organisation.
There's a whole load of messing comes with that. Like
yeah. So he was kind of saying it could be 40 to 60-point deduction on part of. You could end up getting a fine as well, and there's a lot of implications there because essentially what they're being accused of, in the most part, is fraud.
Yeah.
So,
but as you said, the fines are going to be no use. So to really impact them, it's going to have to be a points deduction.
Yeah, and maybe a couple of bans from transfer windows and stuff.
Yeah,
you might see that coming in.
That would sting.
I think so.
That coupled with the points deduction would really sting.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting time if Pep goes. If those charges come along, it would be interesting to see if the infrastructure is there. One point he also made, actually, which I thought was very interesting, is that the whole board of City would have to resign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they'd essentially, as I was saying, commit fraud.
So your job's untenable, basically.
You've got investors, you've got shareholders, like people aren't going to trust in you if you're after been manipulating the books and stuff, you know.
True
so
enough, yeah.
They would have to stand down. So you're talking about a new board at City, you know, transition. If they came in with a 40 to 60-point deduction while all this was going on as well, who's steadying the ship? Will Pep stick around and try to guide them out and make sure that they don't get relegated? And then is he going to stay on for a further season then to actually have a go?
I'm not sure he is.
When he can't bring in transfers, like it would be very interesting to see if there's a good enough infrastructure there to maintain the position winning the league if those deductions came in.
I don't think so. And I think do you think Pep maybe is going to be looking at the Spain job at some point in the near future?
I would say so. To me, it doesn't look like he's enjoying it as much as he used to. Now, obviously, you enjoy it a lot more when you're winning, of course you do.
Yeah, but I think he would enjoy the new challenge of going for the World Cup, European Championships. It's the only two things he has to put on his CV, isn't it?
Yeah. I was looking at Roberto Martinez on the overlap.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that interview. He was talking about, obviously, he's in charge of Portugal now at the moment. And he was saying, like, it's a completely different experience. It's like when he was in the Premier League or when he was in club football, no time with the kids, no life outside of football. You know, it was so demanding.
So the international
day
league.
In, day out. Yeah, it was heavy set. Like, you know, he said, where now it's like you're actually planning ahead and you're studying backwards to look out, you know, who we've played, how we played, what worked, what went wrong, and you've got time before you have to implement a new strategy or a new plan.
It's an interesting thing to hear, isn't it? You don't really get that perspective on it.
No, because you don't hear a lot of international managers sitting down and actually discussing it. So it was an interesting from that point of view. But you would think for everything that Pep's won in the game I think the only thing that might stop him from doing an international job is maybe ego, where he's always kind of been labelled with the fact that he's always had big teams, great teams handed to him, you know, from the Barcelona job to the Bayern Munich job to the City job.
Yeah.
He's walked into a great setup, great club, top quality players.
And had the budget.
Yeah, and if the shit hits the fan now at City, could he be the ultimate manager of all time and
pull them out of the fire?
Pull them out of the gutter.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one.
Now, look, this is all hypothetical. We don't know.
No, City might well get away with these charges.
Yeah, you know, and the Premier League will have spent an absolute fortune through all this process.
And they will look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and it'll probably set a precedent then.
Yeah. It'll be all bets off.
Yeah.
Clubs can just go and spend whatever they want. Newcastle will be delighted.
Villa will be delighted. Everton will be delighted. There's loads of clubs now that are sitting on loads of money, but because of financial fair play and all of that,
do you reckon
that have been put in.
Do you reckon secretly a lot of these clubs will hope City get away with these charges?
What's the benefit to them if they do? Are you thinking down that
road? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would set a precedent for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I think so. Or would they just look ridiculous and say, right, they got away with it because loopholes here, there, and everywhere, and then it'd be like, right, now from now on, nobody can do this, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what they might do, and they'll just look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's ridiculous that it's gone on this long, I think, as well.
It's mad. This started as just going over City's 2-2 tonight. We're after going on a bit of a tangent. But I think that was pretty much the last game to cover for us, was it? It was Arsenal and Brighton. We won 1-0 from all accounts. I just had to be looking at
just nonchalantly just throwing that in there.
Well, I was looking at I saw a bit of the first half of that before I came down to you to record tonight, Gav. We got the goal and Brighton were all over us, and looking at some social media posts there, it looked like that continued right up until the 96th minute. So I didn't see the rest of the game. I can't really comment.
Yeah, well, don't gloat, Dave. All right, I'm still in
I'm
a fit of rage over here.
I'm not gloating, but I am breathing a little easier tonight.
I can't believe we didn't even get a point out of that game. 98th minute.
That's a bad
Sulo, maybe that's a bit of karma for Ramsey getting unfairly sent off.
Maybe.
It bothers me that we can't play against 10 men. Like, we've done it twice now this season. That's shocking.
Yeah.
Really poor.
So, Gav, to round up the podcast this week, then we'll go over the last round of fixtures for the League of Ireland.
Yeah, so Pats had a very comprehensive win over Dundalk. That was 4-0. Galway United beat Sligo Rovers 1-0 in the Connacht Derby. We had Shelbourne away to Drogheda United that finished 2-1 to Shelbourne. Derry City came back, actually. I believe they were 2-0 down to Waterford and came back to win 4-2. And
but the big one?
The big one, Bows and Rovers.
Yeah, big result for Bows.
Massive result. So that one finished 3-2 to Bows. Now, a little caveat to that would be Bows dominated the game.
Okay.
Really dominated the game. I was watching that one on the telly, and really solid, comfortable performance from Bows.
3-2, a bit flattering.
It was flattering because the 2 goals for Rovers came after the 90th minute.
That's what I meant to say, flattering to Rovers, actually. Sorry, not
flattering to Rovers. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say Stephen Bradley's pretty disappointed he didn't let on. But we've seen this from Rovers before, where they start the season slow and then
it was kind of similar last season.
Last season was the same, yeah.
And Bows started strong last season as well,
and did the same. Away. So look, it's still early days, but
look, that was good. Like,
there's something in the air at Daily Mount at the minute, I think.
Yeah,
you know, unbeaten so far. Obviously, the opening day draw, and then they've got 3 wins on the bounce now. But that one was a big one at Rovers.
Yeah,
not at Rovers, at Daily Mount against Rovers. But I think Rovers just haven't clicked yet. I think when they click, it'll be good. It'll just be, as you said, you know, Bows did this last season where they started strong. I think.
Let's hope they can kind of push on a little bit more.
Well, I think
this season,
it feels like there's a difference. That's what I'm saying. There's something in the air at Daily Mount at the moment.
Sorry, we are talking here, and it's definitely coming off a little bit biased. But I mean, there's no there's no. I mean, we're fairly open about teams we support.
Yeah,
on
I know.
the podcast,
I am a Bowls fan.
Yeah, so.
But what I would say is, although we started well, like you said last season, I think we're playing better football now.
Yeah,
like it seems to be clicking on the pitch now. We look like a different team now. Look, as I said, early doors, but it looks good.
It's looking good.
It's looking good.
10 points haven't been beaten yet, so it is looking good for Bowls.
Yeah. We should also say that Pats played Galway then as well and beat them 1-0. So I think they were making up one of their postponed games.
Oh, okay.
So we've got Bowls at the top on 10 points after 4 games. Then Pats, Derry and Drogheda all on 7. Shelbourne on 5. Rovers on 4. Galway 4. Should be noted as well that Rovers and Shells both have a game in hand as well.
Yeah,
with their games being called off early in the season. So
looking ahead then to this weekend, we start the weekend with Galway United at home to Dundalk. We then have Waterford, who are at home to Bows. So another one there for Bows to see if they can push on and get another 3 points. Shelbourne are at home to Pats. That's a big game there.
Big game, Dublin Derby, yeah. Absolutely, big one.
Shamrock Rovers at home to Derry City. That's another big game.
Yep.
And then we finish off with Sligo Rovers at home to Drogheda United.
That's going to be a big one, I think, because Sligo Rovers,
they need a win.
They desperately need a
win.
They need a win. Drogheda, they've been okay so far.
Yeah.
But that one will push them up the table. Like that'll put them level on points with Bowls if Bowls don't get a result. So
yeah,
to stay in the mixer, to keep the momentum going, Drogheda will be wanting to win that one. So that'll be an interesting game, I think.
We also have on Monday. Then there's Shelbourne at home to Shamrock Rovers to make up the game in hand there.
Yeah, another Dublin Derby. So look, some juicy games coming up.
Some big games this weekend.
Yeah, juicy games coming up. Very interesting. See how the table lies after that.
Yeah.
But other than that, Dave, any other business before we close out for this evening? I'm sure you want to reference all our socials like you always do every week.
Yeah, so the usual, if you're enjoying the podcast, enjoying the episodes that we've been putting out on YouTube where we've been out at the games, you can catch us on any of our socials across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's some iteration of anygames.ie or anygames.ie depending on the platform because some of them don't let you put a dot in, fucking bastards. But so check us out across all the socials. You'll find us on any socials you can kind of think of at anygames.ie or anygames.ie, especially YouTube. That's anygames.ie. Head over there, check out the videos that we've been doing.
Yeah. Give us a like, give us a follow.
Drop into the comments and leave reviews as well. They help out the podcast. Don't leave bad reviews though. Just leave good ones.
Right. No, we want honest reviews, Dave. We want.
I don't know. I don't want honest reviews. I want to be told we agree.
Yeah. Don't be praise though.
Yeah.
But from me and from Dave, good night, God bless, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye bye.